I've decided I'm going to change all of my shelving around. So I'm just currently stacking all of my shelving up here. So I'm taking it all off from these shelves, and I'm going to get another one of these, and then the narrower one, I think, and then put them side by side. And then along the top, I'm going to be able to put all of my modular builds. That's the plan right now. So I'm just going to start taking this apart a little bit more. Got is these have actually got all the locks. So now I've got this one down, I just need to sort out the second one and take all the things off there, and then we can take these back to IKEA. One of the really good things I like about buying things from IKEA is that they do a buyback scheme. So I think for the square one and the other one, I get around about £66 back. But we'll find out tomorrow when we go to IKEA, when I'm going to get some of the new shelving and put that up. So yeah, I'm just going to continue taking this apart and see what we get done. So I'm still going, but I've managed to get off all of my Lego from here. I've got some of it stored just on the side there, and yes, it has gone dark outside, but this is where I've got all my Lego stored on here right now, and I'm gonna have to move it off here at some point, but I need to now remove some of the books and the things here, and then that can then go out. This, I can then take all the bits off this, move that across. I'm going to put a narrow one in the middle and then another one here, and then fingers crossed it all starts working, and hopefully they've got them in stock in IKEA tomorrow. Otherwise I'm going to be a little bit stuck. This is just a quick look at the room once I actually managed to take some of the shelving out of there. You can see my room is just an absolute complete mess at the moment. I've got all my desk covered and everything. I've managed to just get back some money for my Kallax units, so now we're going to go and eat some dinner. I've got to come to IKEA, I've got to have the meatballs if you come to IKEA. So we're going to go and have those and then go and see some other bits. So this is what I'm thinking about for putting my printer on and putting some other printer paper and maybe some Lego bits inside. But yeah, it rolls around on casters, so I'll be able to move it out of the way to be able to get into the cupboard. Okay, so what we've got is we've got the Billy bookcase, and these are the extra deep ones. They're not the normal width Billy or depth Billy bookcases. I've got another one of these going in the corner and then a narrower one in the middle. So what I'm going to do first is build the big one and put that in the corner, and then hopefully I can shift all this onto the first one, and then I can move this one over so I can fit the other one in the middle. Okay, I finally got the second Billy in. I'm not sure if there's going to be enough gap here. So what I'm going to have to do is unload all of this Lego on this one onto this one here, and then I can be able to shift that one over and move it around once I've built the narrower one in the centre there. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. And I'm not going to lie, I am literally melting after building the Billy. Trying to get it in this room was not easy, but we've got it in. And then moved all the Lego over from one shelf to the other so I could shuffle it over a little bit and get the one in the middle. Okay, now I've moved all of the Lego off this one, I can move that towards the left a little bit so I can put the narrower one in there. And then once I've put the narrower one in, I can then move that one back up towards the end. And along the top here, this is where I'm going to have all of my modular builds. And I'm going to find a way of lighting it all up so that actually the models in there actually get shown off and stuff. So a little bit more to do. I've got all of my Star Wars models over on the shelf there. We've got the Home Alone house up here as well at the moment, and I'm actually going to be taking that down in the next couple of weeks. So I'll be taking that apart, and I've got all my Star Wars helmets over there as well. But we're starting to make progress. I've got to go and have a cup of tea because I need a bit of a break, and then I'm going to build the other Billy bookcase, put that in there, and then maybe on the live tomorrow I'll start doing some kind of like sorting out and deciding where everything's going to go, because at the moment everything is just all over the place and I don't know where to put anything. And you can probably hear I'm totally out of breath, but I've managed to put the little one in. I've not put the shelves in yet for the narrow one, but we've got the shelves in there to put in there, should I say. I'm absolutely exhausted. I'm so unfit. So now I just need to sort out how I'm going to display my Lego across this and then figure out how I'm going to light it. But across the top here, I'm going to have all of my modular builds and start displaying my Lego pieces in here a little bit more. Okay, now I have the shelves in here. What I need to decide is what's going from there and how it's going to go across to here. So what I'm thinking, I've just been playing about with this, I'm thinking brick heads here and under here, so I can put another shelf in there and then do 2 layers of brick heads, and then potentially the all my minifigures, I can put them potentially in the middle here as well. But I'm also thinking like, well, actually what I want to do is put a shelf in here and then do like some kind of like mini skyscraper here in the middle. I'm not quite sure fully, so I'm going to have a play about with it and put the brick heads here first and then put a second layer of brick heads here and see how that looks. Okay, what I've done is I've put the brick heads in here on their stands and down here on their stands, and I'll think of some kind of way of putting some light underneath them or on top at some point, but I think they look pretty good in there. The only one thing is I had to put this shelf one lower than the ones next to it, so it's a work in progress, and I don't think it's going to matter too much that those shelves are a different kind of height. So yeah, I think they look pretty good in there. Okay, the first one I've done is the top over here, and I've put some of my Star Wars helmets up here, and we've got BD1 in the corner there, we've got the child, and then also the, is it ATST? I can never remember the name of them. So many different names for them. So what I've done is I've put the child on top of a little like plinth, and I think that display looks pretty awesome. Okay, I do have a few more helmets. I've got this, I've got Princess Leia, and Luke Skywalker, and a couple of others, and I think to make the most out of them, I think I'm going to be best to move this shelf up a couple, then put them in there, and then I can also put some other Star Wars bits in that shelf as well. Make the most of it, and then that gives me a little bit more height on this shelf underneath for some other bigger models. Okay, so I moved that shelf up to put the other helmets that I've got here. And so we've got Princess Leia, the Mandalorian, and Luke Skywalker's Red 5 helmet, and then I've put all my micro builds along here, and then there's the special gift we've purchased that we got last year in 2023, and some more micro fighter sets. So really liking the way this is starting to take shape. So I've now got, in these 2 shelves here, I've now got all of my Star Wars collection, which is looking pretty cool. I do have a load of extra minifigures somewhere, but I can't quite see where I've put them. Okay, so we've got the Star Wars stuff there. This is stuff that I want to kind of like take apart because it's now no longer winter. Well, technically it is still winter, but this is more sort of for the Christmas display stuff. Then I've got another shelf here, and I still don't know what to do with a lot of all of this. So we've got the A-frame cabin and the Sanderson sisters house. I need to do some repairs on that because moving it around, the front of it, I actually broke. So I don't know if you can see there. It all kind of like just fell apart a little bit, but the main house is all intact. It's just the front. And then across the top up here, we're going to have a little street of some kind. And I'm going to bring some of the Lego that I've got downstairs, upstairs. And then in here, I'm going to sort out all of my minifigures. They're not going to stay here, I don't think. I'm going to build some kind of like tall skyscraper-y type thing there, using the apartments from the Friends series and a couple of other sets that I've got, like the office and things like that. But that's kind of like where we're at the moment. And yeah, I think I'll do a little bit more and save that for the next vlog. So if you want to find out what it ends up looking like, then do make sure you click like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. And until next time, bye for now.